Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Daybreak 2 and we are of course in Messeldam doing a lot of things and we did the rounds, the nighttime rounds, and now we got 2 green markers and 1 red one. So exact arms will have to wait a little bit. I want to check out what the green ones are. I'm thinking the upper one will be probably the quest we're about to pick up from the board, so let's check the board first.
Let's see.
The artist. Somebody had the bright idea to vandalize one of my ships recently. I know I should probably report this to the police, but blowing a casket over something so trivial will get you nowhere in the city. That's where I'd like to let the perpetrator off with a warning, as well as a chance of straightening out their life. Would you mind helping me find them? If you're interested, I'll be waiting at the far west end of the wharf. Wilmer. No, that sounds like a different one. So 4 SPGs. Alright. We'll help whoever we can. Excuse me. You didn't happen to run into an actor in that inn just now, did you? An actor? Is he talking about Judith? I swear, I saw him sneaking in just a minute ago. Oh, aren't you? Oh, crap. You know, now that you mention it, I think there were some doing filming over by the harbor during the day. Maybe it's worth checking over there? Honestly, I'd be surprised if some big-name movie star was holed up in an inn like this. Yeah, I guess you're right. And it's dark out here, so maybe I mistook him for someone else. Sorry for the bother. Phew, sounded like I wasn't her target. I wonder who she was talking about then. Maybe it really was just a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? There's at least one person that comes to mind though. Okay. Oh, sir? Could I bother you for a second? Something wrong? Well, kind of. You see, we had a young man come by to check into one of our rooms a little while ago. Dad was busy at the time, so I decided to take care of it for him. The man had this stylish brown hair, and when his sunglasses dipped down a bit, I could see he had these really gorgeous green eyes. Brown hair and green eyes. There's no way it's not him. So, what about the guy? Oh, he asked for a corner room, one next to the room that was already occupied. He even specified that he would prefer that the neighboring room be one without any women present. So I ended up putting him in a room next to yours. Those are some pretty specific requests. Yeah, it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen by anyone. It struck me a little suspicious. I thought about asking him what was going on, but I wasn't sure if I should or not. Nah, if you thought it was suspicious, there's no need to involve yourself any further. Was he all alone? Yes, he's been shut up in his room ever since he arrived. Got it. I think I'll be a good neighbor and check in on him then. Some of what you said has me a little concerned. I guess I was just overthinking things. It's a good thing I told you about it. Each and every one of our guests is important to us, so if your experience is anything less than perfect, be sure to let us know. You know we will. Oh, this is his room, right? Hello? Anybody there? I'm the guy staying in the room next door. You got a sec to talk? Oh, you said you're from next door? What can I do you for? Well, the young lady that checked you in told us a little about you. Said it seemed like you had something bothering you. She was pretty concerned. No, I don't mean to meddle, but I see. I can understand why my behavior would come across as odd. But I'm sorry. I really prefer not to bother you with the issue. Well, If you can't talk to a stranger, how about a coworker? Judith? Oh, it sounds like whatever's going on is part of why you were late to filming. Ah, I see. And now I understand why you're here. Let me introduce myself. My name's Ethan Smith. I'm an actor and I came to Messeldam for filming. However, as you already know, I happened to miss today's shoot. By the way, Judith mentioned that you took my place during filming. Well, you know how director Godey is. When he makes a request, there's not getting out of it. And I wasn't so much taking your place as I was just filling in for a bit. Definitely not planning a career change anytime soon, that's for sure. Besides, seeing you up close, I think it's fair to say your face is far more suited for the big screen than mine is. Actually, now that I think about it, I read about you in a magazine article recently. You're one of the hottest upcoming stars of 1209. Maybe not too upcoming given today. Well, I don't think you disrupted the schedule as much as you think you did. Mr. Cody said that they'd only need to do a few partial retakes. You think so? Huh. By the way, how exactly do you three know each other? Well, I guess the best way to put it is that I was on Mr. Arkride's former clients, and I'm one of his assistants. Putting that aside though, why don't you tell us the reason you didn't show up today? I heard it was because you weren't feeling well, but that wasn't true, was it? Well, you see, it's just... Listen, I get that sometimes there are good reasons for skipping work, but I'm gonna be real disappointed you keep trying to hide the truth from us, especially while you're acting all fidgety like that. After all is said and done, we're colleagues. If you can't trust me, then what does that say about our working relationship? Alright, I get it, it's just... By the way, here's my card. We do lots of behind the scenes work, if you catch my drift. Arkride Solutions? I didn't know people like you really existed. I think I understand how you met them now. I mean, that's the sort of it, but yeah. Well, if you can't go to the police or the guild, we're the guys to call. And if that's how you describe your particular problem, we might just be able to help you. I guess if rumors have already spread about my absence, it's only a matter of time. Alright, I'd like you to help me drive off a stalker. A stalker? Hey, keep your voice down. She used to be just another fan, but around the time I started getting popular, she began showering me with letters and gifts. Not only was she sending them to my agency, but she somehow managed to get them sent to my personal address too. Then I started feeling like I was being watched everywhere I went. Ah, sounds like we're already outside the realm of a little celebrity crush here then. Me being late today was because I was having trouble getting her to slip. I am positive she's followed me to Messeldam. You know, I've heard a little about the mental state of stalkers before. When facing rejection from the object of their affection, not only will most people turn inwards, they'll assume they did something wrong. But with stalkers it's the opposite. They'll get angry at the other person for not reacting the way they wanted them to. It's textbook narcissism. If she's already that far gone, maybe it would be better to get the police or the guild involved after all. Well, I considered it, but it's not like she tried to kill me or anything. And I don't want this to go public either. It could end up driving my fans away. But I can't afford to keep holding up production because of this. I just need a way to sort this out amicably. I think this stalker of yours may benefit from a consequence or two, personally. But if that's what you want... Anyway, are you going to take this case, man? Of course. Acting malefactor. Apparently a stalker's been arresting an actor named Ethan, and he's asking us to do something about it. Alright, we'll do it. So, any idea what this stalker looks like? No, I'm not really sure. I've never actually seen her up close before, all I know is that she's a woman. I assume that's because she's trying to be stealthy, but although Ethan himself hasn't seen her, it's entirely possible someone else has. Like someone on the film crew, for instance. Should we start with them? Good idea. Let's go see what they have to say. I think the crew is doing some teardown work by the movie theater right now. Oh, by the way, has your manager tried doing anything about this? Well, she's actually outside the inn right now, trying to keep an eye out. Not that she knows what the stalker looks like either, though. Oh, and I did have one other request for you. I'd like to keep this private. Hey, don't worry about that. It's not exactly our first trip around the block. That's good to hear. Anyway, I'm sorry for all the trouble, but I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Time to go solve some problems.
Actor Malefactor started. I'm counting on you guys. I'll be cooped up in here for now, so that she can't find me. Yeah, it's probably the woman that we sent away that was out front. Ooh, and the harbor thing is just past the red marker, so we have to activate that in order to see it. But let's us just finish this one up first if we can. Well, filming in the winter chill is rough, but it makes for a gorgeous backdrop, and that's one of the pros of filming on location. Each place in every season brings new sights to see. Good job on this afternoon's shoot, by the way. You really does a favor filling in for Ethan. We wouldn't be able to stay on schedule otherwise.
Let me ask you something.
A suspicious looking woman, huh? Don't think I've seen anyone like that around, have you? Nope, I was too focused on packing up. Well, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings either. Maybe she didn't come this way? Or maybe my assumption was off. Sorry, we couldn't be of any more help. Have you tried asking inside the movie theater? It couldn't hurt to try. Good point. I guess it's worth a shot. Thanks for your help. No, I think it was darker hair.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 2 will soon begin. Please silence
Let me
your
ask
phones
you something.
and enjoy the film.
A suspicious looking woman? No, I don't think I've seen anyone like that. Several women have come up to the ticket counter, but they all seem rather normal to me. And no one's been asking around about someone in the lobby or anything. I don't believe so. They would have stood out to me otherwise. Alright, thank you. Then I guess she didn't come into the theater either. Well, looks like we still don't have any leads. Well, I have Theo and Zeros running in reconnaissance mode, but they also haven't picked up any clues. Hello, what's up, Eden? I've got good news. My manager said she managed to get a picture of the stalker. I'll have her bring it over to you right now. I hope it helps. Sounds like you're just the lead we've been looking for. Sometime later? Hello, you're the spriggan, right? Ethan told me all about you. I'm his manager. I really can't thank you enough for your help. Well, we got nothing to show for it yet, so you might want to save your thanks for later. Ethan said you have a picture of the stalker. Would you mind sharing it with us? Oh, yes, I was just barely able to get a shot of her. Take a look. She seems really normal. Maybe a little uptight. Doesn't really strike me as a stalker type. I didn't think so either, but appearances can always be misleading. There's no doubt that she's the one who's been following Ethan around. Now, I'll be heading back to the inn to check on him. Please, keep us informed of anything else you find. Of course, we always see a job through to the end. She seems to take her job pretty seriously. I'm sure the situation must be awfully stressful though. Anyway, it looks like the picture was taken outdoors. Let's check around outside the theater. Alright.
Let me ask you something.
Have you seen this woman by any chance? Huh? You know, actually, I think I saw someone like her on my delivery route earlier. We crossed paths on the stairs going down the park nearby. The park, is it? Let's go take a look. I'm not totally sure it was her though. It was pretty dark, so I had trouble making out what she looked like. No, no worries. You've been a big help, thank you. Sure, I hope you find her. I hope so too.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, that lady. Yes, I've seen her. She was hard to miss, the way she kept turning around and looking all over the place. It was like she was lost or something. Do you have any idea which way she went? Well, just down those stairs over there. Was she headed for the back streets? Not really the safest place for a woman by herself. She wasn't alone, actually. There was another lady with her. Strictly speaking, it looked to me like the second lady was tailing the first one. She headed down the stairs too. I guess Ethan's manager finally caught up with her. Thanks for the info. Let's hurry up before she gets away. What is it, Zeros? Vital signs detected. Vital signs? Hey, this is the woman in the picture. Wait a minute. What gives? She's the one we're after, then... Looks like somebody got a drop on her. Are you alright? Yes, I think I'm starting to feel a bit more clear-headed. Sorry to do this while you're still recovering, but we're gonna need to ask you a few questions. You're Ethan's real manager, right? That's correct. I have my business card if you need to... No, that's alright. The picture you showed us is proof enough. Ah, I see now. The stalker secretly took a picture of Ethan's manager on the right. Which means the girl we met at the theater lobby was the real stalker. She originally approached me by saying she wanted to talk about Ethan. I tried to shake her up by winding through the back streets, but we got into a fight and... Bad news. I can't get in touch with Ethan. We need to head back to the inn. I'm coming too. Also, it's been bugging me, but what exactly are you doing here, Judith? Hey, there's no time for that right now. We'll explain later. The group rushed back to Ethan's room only to find it completely empty. However, someone at the inn informed them that he had left with a well-dressed woman. Ethan... I know stalkers aren't exactly rare in our line of work, but I never expected her to go this far. We better hurry up and find them. There's no telling what she'll do next. Yeah, if we just had some kind of lead on which direction they went. What's with the stain on your foot? Oh, that. Well, she stomped on my foot when we were fighting earlier. On your foot. Wait, that's it. We just need to read the pattern left from the sole of her shoe. Good idea. Then we can use a shard search to track her. You can do that? Footprints are very specific, and they reveal a lot about a person's style, their gender, even the way they walk. Let's have Theo take a sample of the print. Sorry, it will only take a second. Oh, sure, of course. Analysis complete. Adding visual representation to shard search imagery. That should do it. We should be able to see her with the footprint led now. Then all that's left is to follow her tracks. Leaves the rest to us. We can't risk taking you into... No, I wanna go too. My agency's problems are my responsibility. Well, you've got guts, that's for sure. Alright, let's go. There they are.
I'm getting a reading. You should investigate the area.
Is this the area we need to investigate? It looks like she went down here. That's the next set of footprints. It looks like it's going up at the watchtower there.
Whoops.
Oh, not that way. Damn, that's a big ass knife. Stay back. Ethan! Looks like you all figured out pretty quickly. Don't try to interfere. Ethan and I have something very important to discuss. Please, help me! Hey, look, just calm down. We can talk about this. This is exactly why I didn't want anyone else to get involved. Look what you've done, Ethan. All I wanted was to talk things out, just the two of us. There's nothing to talk about. You claim to be a fan, but then you go and do something like this? You're crazy! Ethan, wait. Don't antagonize her. Look, just back away from him and we don't have to get the police involved. Our client doesn't want that anyway. Surely you're not willing to throw your life away for one man, are you? What do you know? I believed in him, but then he just threw me away like garbage. At least if we both die here, we'll be together for eternity, right, Ethan? Threw you away? Wait a minute. Wasn't she just a fan? That's... Don't listen to her. She's completely flipped her lid. Just hurry up and get me out of here. Actually, I think we should hear what else she has to say. You may have made a request, but I'm the one who gets to decide how it's carried out. I was a fan at the start anyway, but he seemed to shine so brightly I ended up falling for him, and then I wanted more. So I sent my contact info in one of my fan letters. I even tried to get his attention at one of those events he was at. And he finally started to recognize me. We even had dinner together one time. Stop, please stop talking. Ethan told me he loved me. He told me I was important to him. To hear him say those words, it made me feel so warm inside. But eventually, he didn't want to see me anymore. He wouldn't even answer my calls. That's not what happened. None of that ever happened. I don't even remember your name. I didn't mean that. So, what did you mean, Ethan? That you took advantage of a fan? Oh, this is a lot different from what you told us at the start. And so what if I did? I'm a young single guy. Why shouldn't I be allowed to have some fun once in a while? Ever since I got popular, I've been so busy at all time. I just wanted someone to take my mind off work for a while. And you got to play romance with a celebrity. Don't act like you didn't get anything out of all of this. I can't believe you. And you're ready to commit murder over this dumpster fire? That's ridiculous. You don't need to keep letting this guy hurt you any more than he already has. So please, just put the knife down. I can't, don't you see? I've done so much for him, there's no going back now. Stop, don't come any closer. Catch her off guard suggests she leak her story. Let fate decide. Ooh, that's interesting choices. Let fate decide? I think that's a bit risky because we don't want her to stab the guy. Not if that is a clear possibility, but you never know, and we don't want to do that. If we suggest she leak the story, it may give her a bit more power that he needs to actually react to it and actually do something about it. And catch her off guard, maybe by tackling her down. Now, the first thing that seems really intriguing to me is to suggest she leak her story. Because to be honest, if he does this to a fan, it will only get worse if we let him do his thing. I think by leaking the story, it will ruin his reputation, and at least he feels some consequences about what he did to the fan. I think that's the best way to go about it. So yeah, suggest she leaks her story. Hey, I've got a proposal for you. This memory card here contains a recording of our entire conversation. Think of it as a trump card that could deal a severe blow to this guy's career. I'll go ahead and hand it over to you, but only on one condition, that you leave him alone. Huh? What? When did he have time to prep that? I also happen to know the editor-in-chief over at the Melt magazine. They're a pretty famous tabloid. I could introduce you to him if you'd like. You're encouraging her to leak this to the press? But I'm the one that hired you. How could you betray me like this? Well, you asked to get rid of your stalker problem, right? Sounds to me like we're still in line with our agreement, don't you think? How could you be so cruel? Please don't, I'll admit it, okay? I screwed up. Is it the mirror you're after? I'll give you however much you want. I'll take this quartz. No, don't do it. This can't be happening. Please do something, I'll be ruined. You brought all of this on yourself. You're going to have to crawl your way back to the top. I suppose the agency and I will do our best to support you. But I can't just ignore the truth of what you've done. I suggest you think long and hard about your mistakes. Are you sure? Yes, I want you to hold on to it. I'm ready to wash my hands off this mess, but that doesn't feel right. Please, if there's anything I can do to compensate you for the trouble. It's okay. I really don't need anything. Besides, I don't think we'll ever meet again. I'll be heading back home in the morning, so long. The memory card is a spare, by the way. Feel free to do what you want with it. Thank you for saving Ethan. I'll be making sure he gets punished appropriately by the agency. Even if this didn't leak to the press, what he did was still a breach of contract. Sounds like he's going to have a rough time of it then. Anyway, I should be going now. I need to pick him up and head back to the hotel. Oh, I guess Ethan's probably still thinking she's actually going to leak the story, huh? I say we let him simmer in fear for a little longer. It'll serve him right. You won't hear any objections from me.
That takes care of that.
Actor malefactor.
Reward deposited.
Chaos and Grey. Well, I think Judah would be in support of this choice for as far as I've seen. I don't know what the other two would have created, but I feel right with the choice we've made. 12 topics, 15 topics, alright. Okay. Yeah. Stop beeping. I can hear you. Alright, so we have the wharf for SPG that's still up for grabs. And we might need to activate a scene in order to get there. So let's trigger the scene at the harbor first and let's go from there. Guess we can just get past this. Ooh, that's a really nice artwork. Do get why he would be upset though. Alright, so do we want to start that quest up now as well? Or leave it be? No, let's give it a start, shall we? You must be the guy we're looking for. Arkride Solutions, we're here about the request you posted. Ah, well, if it isn't the spriggan. Thank you for coming. Alright, let's step to it. Why don't you start by giving us some more info about your request? You said that you wanted us to catch somebody who's been spraying paint in your boat? That's right, it is turning into a real problem. You see, I run a number of different businesses and we use my ship for foreign trade. But as you can take a look on this one. That sure is something. Kinda impressive, honestly. They did it so quickly too. One of my employees stepped away for just a moment and there it was. Artistically speaking, it's very well done. Yeah, but I get why you wouldn't want a skull mark on a foreign trade vessel. Sound like somebody was trying to grief you. I don't mean for this to sound accusatory, but is it possible you've wronged someone recently? No, I don't believe I have. Not that everything's smooth sailing all the time, but things have been pretty stable in Messeldam for a while now. However, I've heard a few rumors recently. Apparently this exact style of graffiti has become quite a common sight in the area, even in public spaces. I suspect that whoever is responsible for those is also the one who did this to my ship. Now that you mention it, I guess we did see some graffiti around town earlier. Still, if it's really that big of an issue, why haven't you taken this to the police yet? Right, it seems a bit odd to reach out to a spriggan for help. Given the nature of the image, the culprit could easily be held on charges for both property damage and slander. I suppose that's a fair question, but if something like this were enough to rile me up, I'd never be able to do business in Messeldam. The thing is, even with Almata out of town, crime is still pretty high around here. Getting the law involved is a good way to build grudges. By going to a spriggan, I'm trying to prevent any future retaliation. Is it really that dangerous around here? I guess you can never be too careful about your livelihood. Agreed. If I hadn't heard about Arkride Solutions, I'd be in a world of trouble right now. Anyway, given the situation, if you find the suspect, I'd like to let him off with a simple reprimand. That is, if they agree to help clean their art off my ship. What do you say? Do you think you can help me? Well, it does sound like our kind of job. Still, I'm not too sure about this one, but should we just go ahead and accept it anyway? Yeah, I think we should at least find the person and check it out. Alright, it's a deal. We'll take your case. Thank you so much, I'm in your debt. Oh, and just so you know, the rumors didn't specify anything about what the artists look like. That being said, I believe I've heard they work almost exclusively at night. Using the darkest to stay hidden, huh? Makes sense. Sounds like now is a good time as any to start investigating then. Yeah, let's head to the back streets first. If somebody's slinking around at night, we'll probably find them there. I suppose it is where we're most likely to find our next lead. Well, look at the time. I have some work I need to attend to, so I'll leave you all to it for now. Would you mind giving me a call if you find anything? Feel free to ring me whenever. Will do.
Let's get this party started.
The artist. Alright, do we want to make some progress with this? Because it doesn't feel like it's going to be like a super big side quest like the previous one. So we can at least get a few steps in, and checking out the artwork we saw before might be a good start. Sure looks a lot like the art we saw on that ship. Let's ask these guys about it. Hey you, got a minute? We have a few questions about that piece over there. Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. Sure, you guys like that too, huh? I've been thinking about it ever since we spotted it earlier. It's incredible. Was this done with a spray paint? I doubt a public wall is the best place to be doodling though. What do you say? Look, it's not just doodling, alright? It's graffiti. Sorry? It's alright, Quattro. Graffiti is still kind of an on-the-rise thing. I'd heard about it before, but this is my first time seeing a piece so up close and personal. Yeah, it's pretty avant-garde. You guys really seem to know your stuff. Can you just feel the heat pouring off this thing? The subtle messaging? When the world's trying to rein you in, you gotta break yourself out. Huh? I thought it was about causing havoc and wrecking shit. What? Man, this is exactly why I don't associate with uncultured losers like you. Hey, what you say to me? You're cruising for a bruising, pal. Hey, hold on, guys. To each their own, alright? So, I'm guessing you two didn't make this. No, the real artist actually painted right over a piece of her own. I'm sorry to hear that. It's, whatever. Just something that happens around here. Oh, only so many people in town that let us do art on their walls anyway. It's kind of like a turf battle, but for artists. Of course, if someone paints over our stuff with something lame, we'd probably just beat their ass. But when it's this good, well, we just gotta deal with it. You know, I kind of like their attitude. Well, we have a lot of little unspoken rules like that. That's how we roll around here. But this newbie doesn't seem to have figured that out yet. Newbie? Well, like I was saying before, there's a place where graffiti is allowed and places where it ain't. See, a long time ago there was this group of punks that liked to paint wherever they wanted. But then they got sued by the tourism department. That's why we have a rule that graffiti only in places where it's not gonna cause problems. This newbie doesn't seem to care though. They're spraying people's homes and everything, even the ones on the main street. Well, this sounds like it could be our culprit. Yeah, the descriptor practically is a perfect match with the rumors. Huh? What are you talking about? Sorry, don't mind them. We're looking for someone that's been doing some graffiti around town. Any ideas where we can find this newbie you were talking about? Nah, never met him ourselves. Not sure if they are just super stealthy or what. What we do know is that they are apparently pretty young. And now that you mention it, I did see some graffiti over the park when I last came through. Looked pretty fresh. Maybe you guys might want to try over there. That's a pretty good lead. Thanks, guys. The park's just up the stairs from here, right? Let's go check it out. It hurts to admit, but this newbies everyone talking about is the best Messeldam seen in a while. Doesn't seem like they know the unspoken rules of the street though. Hopefully we get a chance to get them the heads up before they get cuffed. I saw some new graffiti over at the park. It looked pretty fresh, so whoever did it might still be around. Maybe.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Gotta have the mirror if you want the good stuff.
He was right, the paint's not even dry yet. They must have just been here. This one is just as impressive as the last. Yeah, you can really tell they have a gift for the arts. I guess some people are just drawn to this kind of thing. It kind of feels like they're this longing to be free. Honestly, if you show this to an appraiser, I bet they'd tell you it was worth a load of money. You can put a price on a wall? I never even considered. Wait, if that's true, don't you think the art could increase in value of Wilma's boat then? I mean, assuming the culprit really is the newbie they were talking about. Yeah, it's possible. You know, from how our client was talking, it sounded like he's been in Messeldam for a long time. Given his reputation for culture, what with all the commerce, sightseeing, movies and ballet, it seemed like kind of odd that he wouldn't know about the graffiti scene or how valuable it could be. Maybe just isn't into art. I mean, it probably just looks like squirrels to some people. Besides, I'm sure having a skull painted on the side of your trade vessel isn't good for business. Yeah, I guess you've got a point there. Looks like somebody's coming this way. Let's hide. If we're lucky, this might be our little artist friend. Hide? Where exactly? Oh, let's try those stairs over there. What's a young girl doing out here at this hour and all by herself? Seems like she's interested in that piece of graffiti. Phew, those punks really freaked me out earlier. Think I'm in the clear for now though. Just gotta add a bit more shading here and... Perfect. What am I even doing? Wasting all my time on this. I must be stupid or something. Well, at least it helps me get all that pent-up energy out of my system. Looks like she's getting ready to leave. It seems like she's pretty good at avoiding people. Might guess she'll take off if we try to approach her now. Let's wait for her to get where she's going. We'll try to talk to her when she's less guarded. Follow the graffiti artist. If you get too close to the target, they will notice you. Conversely, if the target strays too far, the trail will be lost. Maintaining a safe distance while keeping the target in sight. Yeah, the drift ain't helping a lot, is it? Alright. Yeah, we'll make it work. Ah, oh, come on. No, try again. We're so close, really. I just wanted to reload my found points. I wonder where we get less SP now that we've been seen once. I guess we'll just have to wait, isn't it? For now, if we get totally gone. I feel we should be relatively close. Looks like she's waiting there. Do we wait too? Until she moves again and walks to her final destination? Phew. Hey there. Cold one out tonight, isn't it? Huh? Who the heck are you guys? Arkride Solutions. We're what you might call fixers. There's a job we're on right now and we kind of on the lookout for somebody. Listen, all we ask is that you hear us out. If you don't like what we have to say, we'll just tell our client we couldn't find them. But we're gonna need you to be honest with us. let's start with the most pressing question. You're the one that did the graffiti in the park, right? You wouldn't be asking if you hadn't seen me. Yeah, I did it. Was it to you? Alright, let's all move to question number 2 then. Did you graffiti a skull onto one of the ships in the harbor recently? Yeah, I think I did that one earlier this evening. The ship was so big. It's like it was made to be a canvas. You seem pretty proud of it. Well, sounds like we've got our culprit, alright. The guy who owns that boat is looking for the person who's taken to decorating it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to come with us. Whatever. He just wants me to clean it off, right? Pretty funny that he'd send pictures after me for something so small. Don't you think you should be a little bit more remorseful, young lady? You're lucky he wants to resolve things peacefully. He could have called the police, you know. When you make a mess for somebody else, you gotta apologize for it. Yeah. I'll try and make a break for it, but it sounds like that will just make things worse. What a pain. By the way, what's your name? We'd like to let your parents know what's going on. The name's Kisara, and I ain't got no parents. Oh, I didn't mean to. And since you'll probably ask, I ain't got a home neither. I'm a stowaway from Northumbria. I only landed in Messeldam a few weeks ago. What? A stowaway? Makes sense. Northumbria was in a pretty sorry state after that whole salt pail incident. But ever since they declared independence from the Empire, support for their rebuilding efforts has been on the rise. That's what I heard too. It seemed like an odd time to stow away though. Sure, everybody else was in good spirits. Must have been nice to get a fresh start. But I couldn't stand it. Everything felt so suffocating. My dad died when I was young, and for a long time it was just me and my mom. But then 5 years ago, she had a rare disease and it was getting worse. There wasn't much the doctors could do, so they just put her on the bed rest. But that's when the Northern War happened, and the Empire invaded Northumbria. Yeah, if I remember correctly, they even declared it a province of the Empire. That's right, and for better or worse, they started reconstruction of Northumbria under their rule. After the war, a lot happened. We declared independence, and life got easier for a lot of people. And everyone who needed a doctor finally could get one. But as the reconstruction went on, Mom kept getting worse and worse. The doctor said it was because she didn't get the treatment she needed from the start. And then, at the end of the last year, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to make you go through all that again. I don't need your pity. My mom has always talked about wanting to live overseas someday. I think Calvard was the place she wanted to visit the most. She used to go on and on about all the legends you guys have here, like Grimcat and stuff. It sounded like an interesting place. Oh, did she? So I figured now that I was on my own, what better place to go? But all these people here got it so good. Kinda ticks me off. Anyway, once I learned about graffiti, I just started doing it to pass the time. Nothing more to it than that. And now here you are. Is your story or mine? Whatever, it's fine. Let's go talk to the ship guy so we can get this over with. Sounds to me like there's a little bit more going on here than just some graffiti. Let's deal with the request before we cross that bridge. Sounds good to me. I'll get in touch with our client. Van put in a call to Wilmer and gave him a quick explanation on everything that happened. Well, I certainly was expecting a little girl to be the culprit. I don't care if it's graffiti or whatever you call it, but you can't just go around drawing on other people's property. Hey, aren't you gonna apologize? Sorry I painted on your boat. Apology accepted. No, as long as you agree to help us paint over the drawing, we'll consider the matter settled. Phew, I'm glad that was the end of it. As for the rest of you, you have my sincerest thanks. I'll have to walk her through the repainting process, so I'm afraid it's goodbye for now. Again, thanks for all your help. Van patted Kisara on the shoulder. Hey, it's not gonna be easy, but make sure you do a good job, alright? Hey, don't go getting all touchy, you creep. Well then, with that, let me show you to our warehouse. Hey, where are you going? I thought we were headed to the boat. You didn't really believe that, did you? I assume that means you don't understand the gravity of your actions then. Allow me to explain. You see, the material used to coat the outer shell of my ship is of incredible high quality. Your worthless graffiti has damaged it. Irreparably. I'll have to pay roughly 10 million mira to see it repaired. Did you really think something like that could simply be painted over? Hey, how would I know? You stupid. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Learn how to speak to your betters, you damn punk. My apologies. Now, how do I get to pay for this mess? Oh, I know. You can work for my company. Yes, that's an excellent idea. You can be our exclusive in-house artist. You know, I actually have a few contacts in the art world as well. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to pay for your work. Ah, yes, what an amicable solution. So, what do you say? Well, I need an answer. Alright, I'll do it. Then we have a deal. Pleasure doing business. Of course, things turned out like this. I always get the shortest end of the stick. These people, that goddess that just tossed me aside, I hate them all. Now, let me take you to the room I've prepared for you. Don't worry, you'll be guaranteed food, clothes and shelter. You'll never need to take a step out of my sights for the rest of your life. Sorry, but I don't think I'll be letting this one slide, Wilmer. The spriggan. As much as I appreciate your help from earlier, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave. Trespassing is not an act I take lightly. Hey, I think we'll be staying right here actually, especially after what we heard through the bug I placed on Kisara. You placed a bug on me? Is that why you patted me on the back? Did you know? And I assume you have a reason for going to such lengths? Sure do. See, when we first approached your boat with your request, you were talking like you'd been in Messeldam for a while. And if that's true, then there's no way you wouldn't have already noticed. Kisara's art is crazy good, so good in fact that if someone were to sell it, there'd be no doubt making a good deal of Mira. Plus, you were pretty quick to declare that the recent outbreak of graffiti and art on your boat were done by the same person. That's because you have a keen eye for artists. While I appreciate the compliment, I think you might be overstating things. Did I not say that the graffiti is all scribbles to me? Well, we heard what you said about having your contacts in the art world by Kisara's work. I'm afraid there's no coming back from such a contradiction. Just admit it, Wilmer, this entire time your goal has been to find some unknown, uber-talented graffiti artist and use her as your personal cash cow, wasn't it? And that's not even to mention that lie about the damages about 10 million Mira. That's just what Kisara's art would sell for. I'm only connecting the dots because fans said something to me earlier, but Wilmer's come up with, as I suggest, a target in my Phantom Thieves files in the past, which means now's my chance. Ugh, I can't believe it took me so long to notice though. So what? We've already agreed to settle things, with her approval too. The way I see it, you have no right to complain. She only agreed because you threatened her. If you're thinking of reporting me to the police, I would reconsider. After all, doing so will likely place the blame squarely on your shoulders. I mean, think about it. You illegally barged into my warehouse, assaulted me, and even attempted to steal all my valuables. You'd think they'll believe something like that? Well, you said it yourself. I've been in business in Messeldam for quite some time. I've got a certain amount of sway around here, enough to cover up any mistakes even. Now, it's high time you meddlers saw your way out, I think. Don't you agree? What are we going to do, Van? We can't just let him go. We'll lose out if we keep pushing. None of our normal methods are going to work here. That said, I'm not exactly keen on letting scheming old men get their way. Guess the only thing we can do now is leave it in her hands. Her? What was that? A card? It can be. If evil hides in darkness, then my justice will be a shining light. Grimcat at your service. I've come to take a special treasure from a certain villain. Grimcat, isn't she just some silly legend? And what do you mean a special treasure? Are you talking about this girl? You're delusional if you think I'll lose to you. What the? Recovery is successful. When did you... Could it really be... Hold on, what exactly is happening here? Don't worry, you can leave the rest to me. Not too shabby. So that's who he was talking about. Listen up. From this moment, the child is mine. You try to take my things and you better be prepared for retribution. I'll steal your entire fortune and spread it across all of Messeldam. Don't you think you can intimidate me with your bluffing? Wanna try me? For starters, how about I take all the mirror you've piled up from not paying your taxes? Then I think I'll take your secret account book and parade it all around town. It's hidden behind the door that can only be opened with a single key, right? One that's on you at all times? How could you possibly know that? Are you truly a phantom thief? Seems like you still don't understand the position you're in. I take it that means your status in ill-gotten gains mean less to you than I thought. No, please, wait. You win. I just had to pull back from the girl, right? How half-hearted can you get? Say it with your chest out or not at all. Damn it. Alright, I swear, I'll leave her alone. I'll never interact with a kid ever again. Are you happy now, thief? Oh, you act too big for your britches, but fine. I suppose I'll accept it. Pray we never run into each other again, criminal. And thus, I bid you adieu. Gringat then picked up Kisama, jumped off the warehouse, and disappeared into the darkness of the night. Damn it all! How did you Grimcat end up finding her way here? Everything was going so well. Well, that's the end of that. We can just leave this guy here. Let's get going. Yeah, right behind you. Phew, I thought my heart was gonna explode back there. I never thought I'd actually get to meet Grimcat though. And she even saved me. Yeah, it's a miracle she's managed to show up, right Judith? Come on, no need to act all sulky about things. Hey, I wouldn't be acting so sulky if someone didn't wait until the last second to give me the signal. You guys didn't happen to see where she ran off to after she brought me outside, did you? She told me to wait for you all to show up. Are you a friend of hers or something? Oh, no, not us. That'd be crazy. Let's just say we bumped into her a few times. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming to rescue me. I mean, I still can't believe that Olga was such a creep, though. And I screamed like such a little girl, too, huh? Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, I was pretty freaked out myself. Let's be glad that everything worked out in the end. Oh, I almost forgot. Grimcat gave me a message to pass along. Huh? What did he say? She said I may have told him that you were mine, but the truth is, you're free now. Oh, that's a little sad to hear. You think so? Why's that? Don't worry, it's alright. She done more than enough for me already. I'm not sure how to put it, but I guess the world isn't such a bad place after all. I wish I knew how to thank her for saving me. Maybe I'll try giving her some more thought to my future. I've kind of been doing whatever I feel like since coming to Messeldam, but it may just be time for a change. Sounds like a good plan to me anyway. Hey, and if there's anything we can do while we're in the area, just give us a holler. We give some pretty good discounts to our success stories, you know? Can't let the act down for a minute, can you, Van? Thanks, I appreciate it. And with that, the curtain closed on the case of the creative culprit. With the reward they got from Wilmer in hand, Van and the others went back to preparing for their big
That takes
heist.
care of that.
Reward
The artist.
deposited.
That was a nice one. I like it. Between you guys and Grimcat, maybe this world ain't such a crap hole after all. Anyway, I'll start worrying about where to go from here tomorrow. Tonight was too much for me. I'm drop dead tired. Then go to the church, have a sleep in. They take care of people that don't have a roof above their heads. Take advantage of that. For us, however, we're gonna leave it here. This episode has taken long enough. Didn't think it was gonna be this long, but it's more than fine. We'll continue the investigation of the Zect Arms branch on the next episode. For now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then, bye bye.